What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel, and today, very excited to bring you guys episode 1 of Madden 25 Pink Slips. I've seen all the comments. This is the most anticipated series in all of YouTube for Madden 25 franchise content. C4, when's Pink Slips dropping? C4, we gonna get Pinks? Where's Pinks? Where's your franchise on the channel? Pinks, Pinks, Pinks. It's been a long time coming. I've been working under the hood, but it is finally ready, and we are ready to go. If you don't know what Pink Slips is, big picture, simple, too long didn't read. We win a game, we win a player. We lose a game, we lose a player. It is one of the most innovative, exciting, you never know what you're going to get franchises in all of Madden content, and I'm excited to bring you guys episode 1 here today. So let's take a time machine back to 2011. Lil C4 was graduating high school, Tebowing was a thing, Charlie Sheen winning. But for this series, the Madden 12 starting point gives us an opportunity with every draft class up to present day to reshape and create an entirely different NFL, historically, especially under pink slip rules. So let's fast forward to October 2024. The greatest of all time, the GOAT, Tom Brady buys into Raiders ownership shortly after retiring from the NFL. And optimism has never been higher that he'll be the person to finally bring the Raiders back to relevancy. What I wonder is, what if all this happened when Tom Brady was still playing? The NFL has changed the rules around Brady countless times before, so this really is no exception. We've seen player coaches before, but what about player owners? So we go back to 2011, at the heart of the Patriots dynasty. We know Tom Brady would go on to win 3 more Super Bowls, 2 with the Patriots. What if, in an attempt to really break up that dynasty, the NFL owners allowed a one-time exemption for Tom Brady to own a team, but the caveat was he had to leave the Patriots and go play there. We are now back in 2011. Tom Brady has bought into the Oakland Raiders ownership under the promise that they will move 10 years, over a decade, where they did in real life, to Las Vegas, Sin City, the perfect setting for a pink slip series. The Raiders are in Vegas in 2011. Tom Brady's first action outside of releasing everybody on the Vegas Raiders to start fresh, get rid of all the stink of losing that this Raiders team has had for 25 plus years. Starting with a fresh roster, he has brought in the services of John Gruden back into the Raidership fold, out of broadcasting, off of Monday Night Football, and this Raiders team with Tom Brady as the owner and John Gruden as the head coach has got me feeling nicey. As we always do with pink slips, our roster is cupcake. We start from the bottom, so when we reach the peak of that mountain, we know how difficult it was to get there. Tom Brady at quarterback is giving us a head start that we've never seen in any pink slip series. We've looked at quarterbacks of years past. We had rookie Anthony Richardson, who wasn't a 70 overall. We had the late legendary Tom Savage, who was the first pink slips quarterback ever. He was like a 67 overall. We have never had a quarterback of the skill set of Tom Brady. However, Tom Brady's anti-pink slip player. Our players are always height, weight, speed, throw power over accuracy. Tom Brady is the exact opposite of the type of quarterback we usually see, and I personally excel with under center in our pink slip series. But he is giving us a once-in-a-lifetime starting point opportunity as a 99 X Factor. However, the rest of the roster around Tom Brady is as cupcake as it gets. Tom Brady had one requirement when he had to build this initial pink slips 2011 Raiders roster. Every other player not named Tom Brady had to be below a 70 overall. So these are stricter roster rules that we've had than any other time in a pink slip series. Every other time, we're allowed to have team captains, 5 players, usually 3 on offense, 2 on defense, that are allowed to be a 70 to 75 overall. But this year, because we have Tom Brady, I feel like the roster around him needs to be the worst we've ever had. Without further ado, let's meet our Madden 25 pink slip rosters. We're going to turn back the clock. This is 2011, so get your nostalgia Pit Vipers on so you can remember some of these names. Let me know in the comment section who you're excited to see here play out on this year 1 team. So it's Tom Brady. I hope to God, I don't know if there's any mods that I can get that makes him not retire, but we're going to try our best and hopefully we get a decade plus play from Tom Brady at quarterback. If that doesn't work, or if Tom Brady misses time, we got maybe the most pink slippy quarterback from 2011, Terrell Pryor, who was an absolute weapon out of Ohio State. He's on this roster. He played quarterback. He played wide receiver. I think he almost had like 1,000 yards. He was a do-it-all type weapon. I'm excited to have him on the team. We have the veteran Dante Culpepper is still kicking around. A lot of veterans with name value. If they're under 70 overall, I definitely toss them on the team. They're probably only going to be here one and done, but I like them to be a part of this series. We have Dan Orlovsky talking in the media. He's gonna hold the clipboard. At running back, we have, he's not the law man, he just enforce it. Justin Forsett is our first running back. Big time speed and acceleration. Personifies pink slips. I mean, you look at Jones and Darrell Scott as well. Definitely something stands out about them. I don't know what, but we'll find that a lot of these guys share a lot of similar traits. It's pink slips at the end of the day. If we have this caveat that no one can be above a 70 overall, well, we better make sure that they're every bit of a playmaker as a sub 70 overall player. And in the world of Madden, speed kills. We got one of the Gronks here at fullback. That's Brady working a little bit of magic there, saying, hey, Gronk, I got to go to Raiders. Team sucks. You got anyone that we could hook up? Like, hey, hook my brother up with a job. He said, sure. At wide receiver, we have the veteran Terrell Owens, who is a 69 free agent at this starting point. He's like, oh, well, that's disrespectful. Let's throw T out there at wide receiver. We got Braylon Edwards. Once upon a time was one of the more hyped up young wide receivers in the NFL. At this point in time, it's kind of crashed and burned a little bit. We're going to give him an opportunity to make the most. Then we got some athletes. Brandon Tate, 95 speed. Donnie Avery, 95 speed. Mark Mariani, he's a... we had to find someone that was very much a Tom Brady wide receiver. So that's what we got in Mariani. We have Trindon Holiday, who's a prolific return man. 97 speed, 96 acceleration. And we have Taylor Price there with 95 speed. At tight end, we have Gary Barnidge, 67 overall. He had like a really good like one-off season where he made the Pro Bowl with the Browns. So that's kind of why we got it. And then we just kind of went with some athletes there beyond it. But tight end definitely is a position that I'm a little bit concerned of. Wasn't a whole lot of sub 70 overall tight ends that got my juices going. So we kind of just, it'll be an area that if we can get a couple wins, tight end is certainly a spot, especially with Tom Brady. Tom Brady needs a good tight end in his offense that we're going to try and look at really just, that's a position, big time position. Same with the offensive line. Not a lot of notable linemen that were below a 70 overall. I've never heard of half these guys. But they're going to be our no-name linemen that are going to play their asses off and become potential legends. We got A.Q. Shipley, who's on the Pat McAfee show. He's going to be our starting center, which will be pretty cool. Alan Barbray was a member of, I think he was on the Eagles 2017 team. If not, he spent a time with the Eagles. But ultimately, this O-line is absolute trash, and I'm terrified. Tom Brady's lack of mobility, we're going to get him killed. Things get a little bit better on the defensive side of the ball. We have Brandon Graham, who was a second-year player at this time. He started his career out as a bust for the Philadelphia Eagles. So as soon as I saw him below a 70 overall, he was definitely one of those guys like, yep, that is absolutely a player that we need to have on our starting team. Even though he blocked me on Twitter, I probably said some out-of-pocket stuff under frustration. We got Brandon Graham right there with Tom Brady. They're familiar. And I think he's going to be a fun user on the defense. On the other side, we got William Hayes, who I remember on Hard Knocks said dinosaurs didn't exist. Yep, that's what we got. We also have a freak of nature here in Ricky Sapple. I think was actually drafted by the Eagles. 95 acceleration, 85 speed for a pass rush. On the interior, we have the legend Big John Henderson, who was I think it's fair to call him a Jacksonville Jaguar legend. We also have this guy, and I had to go see that this stats. I looked at the Madden 12 ratings. Marvin Austin, the rookie from North Carolina, had 93 acceleration for a defensive tackle. Yep, your pink slips. First on the bus, team pink slips. We have the linebacking core. This was also kind of tough because a lot of these linebackers are going to be running a 4-3 defense, have terrible coverage stats. So we kind of had to go with guys with speed, and then hopefully they can kind of put the coverage together. We have the rookie Bruce Carter from North Carolina. He was a big-time athlete. I think there was a year he had like 5 picks with the Dallas Cowboys. I tried not to just put a lot of rookies on this team as well. There was no necessarily house rules, because I could have definitely filled this team with a lot of like 68, 69 overall rookies that are easily going to like break that threshold right away. I definitely want to show some self-restraint. So there are a couple rookies. We got T. Good, who's a member of that 7th floor crew with Greg Olson. If you know, you know. He's also here. We have Casillas and Jason Williams. So kind of a no-name linebacking core, but one trait all those guys share is really nice athleticism, so that if the event comes that we're just getting killed over the middle and I get to use one of them, with my elite Madden playing ability, all the ebooks that I've published, I'm going to utilize all that knowledge I've been able to share with the community and use some of these guys and hopefully make some plays. In the secondary, of rookie Buster Screen, who had just a lot of speed, too much speed, undeniable speed, 65 overall, had to make the roster. We got Paris Cox. I got Eagles legend Lito Shepard, was actually on the Raiders back in 2011. So I said, hey, you're gonna stick around here a little bit. Rest of it, though, just pretty much building the secondary out with speed alone. Not a lot of name recognition. Got a couple white lightnings here in Colin Jones and Tom Nelson. Our very own exciting whites of our safety duo. We got Raphael Bush, probably the biggest name on this team outside of Tom Brady. Especially if you remember OG Madden. Taylor Mays was like a one-of-one player. 6'3", 230, and he ran like a 4.3 flat at the combine. He's a team captain. How Pink Slips works: win a game, win a player; lose a game, lose a player. Now, there's some other mini small print that goes into that, but one thing that is always an insurance policy for our team captains, which I think there's 6, those are players that are always going to be immune to being stolen if we lose a game. I don't really know who our team captains are going to be right now outside of Tom Brady. I think Brandon Graham and Taylor Mays. I only have 3 team captains right now. 3 other spots are up in the air, in limbo, and other guys are going to have to prove that they earn those team captaincy spots and earn that protection. But as you can see, Tom Brady and an entire roster of sub-70 overall players. This is going to be quite the challenge out the gate to get some wins. We are playing on default all Madden. For those of you not familiar with Pink Slips, I have the scoring here. I've revamped the scoring system. I've simplified it a little bit from where we've had it in years past. But essentially, our performances, win or lose, go into this scoring system where every single star is worth a 2-point upgrade for us if we win, or our opponents if we lose. Scoring goes as such: you get 1 star by winning a game. You can get different stars by how much we win a game. You get a full star by getting a shutout. You get half a star if you have a player that breaks 300 pass yards, 100 rush yards, 100 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns, or a defensive touchdown. On the defensive side, if a player gets 2 sacks or a pick, that's a half star. 3 TFLs or 3 PBUs is a half star. Or 2 gongs, which are punts, user punts, that result in a starting field position of the 10 yards or in. Coffin corner punts, we reward those on the channel. You hear the Undertaker's gong. Those are worth a half star for every 2 that we get. Every star is worth that 2-point upgrade, and a perfect 5-star performance earns us a spin on the wheel. Or, if we get our butts kicked, a 5-star loss has us take a spin on the loser wheel. So let's take a look at the winner's wheel first. The biggest thing, I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. I wanted to go with fan favorite options that have always been consistent in our Pink Slip series. But as always, if there's something that you guys want to see added to the winner and or loser wheel, and we get enough traction in the comments from the community, this is a community ran series. I want the best product that you guys want to see. But as you can look at the options, in the blue tab, we have a plus 10-point upgrade. So that is in addition to the 10 points we got from the 5-star. It is a 20-point upgrade that we can take and apply to how we steal players from the team that we defeated. In the red tab, we have dev trait increase, which is self-explanatory. In the orange tab, we have orange juice, formerly known as Mexican supplements. What this is 1 player, and this can only be used on 1 player once per year. We can take +2 to all of his physical attributes. So that's speed, acceleration, jumping, strength, etc. They will get a +2. Now, we are able to adjust the weight of each one of these widgets. I think the first 3 are not very overpowered. I think the bottom 2 are very overpowered, so I'm going to make them less likely for us to roll in a wheel spin. 1 in the green tab is Monstars. This was a fan favorite, but it also is ridiculously overpowered if we use it the right way. If you've ever seen the movie Space Jam, those little aliens flew down with a basketball and they stole the talent of Muggsy Bogues and Charles Barkley. Well, that's going to be applied to Madden terms. So just to make it simple, we are Tom Brady. We beat Michael Vick. We roll Monstars. I then could, if we rolled it, take Michael Vick's speed, 90 whatever, 95 speed, and that would now become Tom Brady's speed. Tom Brady would get Michael Vick's speed for the remainder of the series. Really, really fun. Completely changes the dynamic of everything. I think it's personally my favorite and I think the most interesting, but it's also incredibly overpowered. So I feel like nerfing that down to only a 9% chance is the best balance. If you think we should make it even lower, let me know in the comment section below. And the last widget is any player. If we roll this one on the purple widget, all of our upgrade points, the +10 that we earned from getting the 5-star, that is now gone. And we can now straight swap any single player from our team to the team that we defeated. No upgrades, no points. I can literally take my 62 overall player and take a 99 overall player. So I think that is incredibly overpowered, but I think it's such an interesting dynamic if we roll that to throw the points out the window, especially with our cupcake team right now. If we somehow get our first 5-star and get that, it is going to be gigantic for the progression of our team. But I think much like Monstars, to kind of keep that in line and weigh it for how overpowered it is, I think it also should be a 9%er. And now let's take a look at the loser wheel and how we have it weighted. Very similar. Different things have different weights. The top 3 are in line. Blue tab is dev trait loss, which is self-explanatory. Red tab is drug test, which is the inverse of the orange juice. 1 player once per year. Can't do multiple players once and just really downgrade one guy, like cheese him. Will be losing -2 to all of his physical attributes. In the yellow tab is emergency quarterback. That means for 1 full episode, which I don't know if I'm doing 3 games or 4 games per episode, but for 1 full episode, a non-quarterback has to be our starting quarterback. If we roll that, we'll let the chat and community decide who should be it. It could be anyone from our running back all the way to our punters. But Tom Brady is going to have to sit on the bench, and we're going to have to go with a non-quarterback, which is going to make it incredibly difficult to get a win. And then for our 2 little overpowered ones, in the green, if we roll this, our highest pick, so the first time we roll it, hope we don't roll it multiple times, but if we had to roll it multiple times, our first pick would be a bust. We have to draft a bust. And then if we rolled it again, that means our first and second round pick would have to be a bust. And when and if we ever roll this, hopefully never do, it will be on you guys in the comments to decide what bust we select with our highest pick remaining. Retire a player. We roll on this. We will then have to open up a second wheel. That'll have every single starter. Has to be a starter. We're not going to be able to get a break here where it's a backup. Dan Orlovsky has to retire. Every single position, the starter will be on there. And if we roll them, we got to force retire them. Which, you know, especially if we roll that, say, year 2, year 3 of this. Once we start getting some real nice players in, that could absolutely shift the entire series to its core. So hopefully we never roll it. But if we do, it sure as hell will be interesting. So we have 2 final pieces of housekeeping as we start year 1 of our pink slips. One is a rule that we've always had in place going back to the first year that we did pink slips, is that our team is not going to be exposed to losing players if we lose games until we're a 75 overall. So from this 66 overall starting point until we're a 74 overall, it's only going to be a one-way street. If we win a game, find a way to win a game, because we are far and away the worst team in the league, we are going to get the reward of winning a player away. But we're not going to expose ourselves to losing. There's multiple elements into why we do this. 1 is to maintain a competitive balance. 2 is it is just finding a needle in a haystack with the state of our roster, that if we do lose a game to the Chargers or the Ravens or the Panthers, there's a 50-50 chance they don't even have an upgrade that they could steal a player, because our team is that bad. So just to give us a little bit of a breathing room, a little bit of a grace period, we are not at risk of losing players until we're a 75 overall. The last piece of housekeeping is the draft. Usually when we do pink slips, current day, we just draft as is. Wherever we pick, we try to find the best possible player. But because we are doing a retro pink slips with realistic draft classes where we know for the most part who the best players are going to be, especially at different rounds, we definitely need a set of house rules in place that prevents us from just cheesing it. And at every single pick, clearly drafting the best player available. Now, we could just as easily put a house rule in place where I can't draft them, but I figure why not we tie it in to what we are able to achieve on field here in pink slips. So what I think we are going to do is, on top of the fact that there's the loser wheel, where if we roll that, our first round pick's gonna have to be a bust anyways. I feel like that's an interesting dynamic. But what about the positive side? What about trying to land a fun and exciting player in the draft? Here is what I came up with. And as always, based off of this, give me your feedback in the comment section below. We can always kind of fine tune it. But we will use this 2012 draft class as an example. So what we're going to do here with this retro pink slip series is add a new element to how we spend our stars. This is the scoring. And usually, historically, you have to spend these stars, spend these upgrades every single time you win the game. But because of how much importance the draft is going to have, historically, getting big time players, unlike any other pink slips we've ever done, I'm going to add an element that we can save stars. Say we have a 3-star performance, our week 1 victory. Now, if I want to strategically only use one of those stars to steal away a player from the team that we defeated, I can then bank those remaining 2 stars to our draft pool. So as we go through this retro pink slips, when we get wins, we have to strategically decide how we want to improve our team. Think about the draft classes that we're going to see in this series, similarly to NCAA. The best players are going to get a 5-star grade. The second best players, the A tier players, are going to get a 4-star grade. The B tier players are going to get a 3-star grade. And for us to draft these players, if they are available at our pick, we have to have the appropriate amount of stars banked from that regular season for us to draft. So, if we are the absolute drizzling shits and we do not win, or we barely win, and we have to clearly spend our stars and steal the players away from our teams in season and not have the luxury of banking those stars, we're going to have some pretty lean years as it comes to drafting. But if we can get a couple wins and stash some stars for the draft classes, this is how it's going to work. For this 2012 class, here are going to be the 5-star players. And if I am picking at pick number 1, I have to have at least 5 stars banked to draft Andrew Luck, Harrison Smith, Luke Kuechly, Bobby Wagner, Fletcher Cox, Russell Wilson, or Stephon Gilmore. 4-star players are going to be David DeCastro, Levante David, and Kirk Cousins. Well, we have the 3-star players where we got RG3, we got Alshon Jeffrey, T.Y. Hilton, Chandler Jones, Melvin Ingram, Dante Hightower, Jack Rabbit Jenkins, Casey Hayward, Justin Tucker, or Johnny Hecker. We got to save some points if we want to get these really, really good game changers. Even the 3 stars would be gigantic, especially if, say, we have 6 points. Then the extra strategy comes in. Do we want to cash it in on a 5-star, or do we want to spread these points out and try to get a 3-star with our first-round pick and a 3-star with our second-round pick? So it is a little confusing, but I think it adds a much-needed element for the draft process, which is gigantic in a series like this. I think with just going 5, 4, and 3 stars, it still allows us, if we don't bank those stars, because we're probably not going to be winning a lot of games anyways, to draft guys that still bring some name value to a certain extent. Like Ryan Tannehill will be free game. Nick Foles would be free game come our selection if they are still on the board. You got Lamar Miller. You got Doug Martin. You got Alfred Morris. You'd have at wide receiver. I mean, there's Travis Benjamin. Marvin Jones Jr. was pretty good. But it still gives us, I think, a fine balance between earning the right to draft some big-name players, strategically deciding throughout the year when we do get a win, like do we steal players from the rosters or would we save and try to gamble that someone's going to be available at our given draft picks. I think it adds an entirely different challenge and dynamic to this series, which I think is going to be a plus, but I'd love to hear your guys' feedback on it. So now that all that's out the way, and if you're an OG of Pink Slips, you already know the rules. You know everything. We had to lay the land for the newcomers that are hopping on the most exciting series in franchise mode here on Madden on YouTube. It is time to get into the gameplay. Every single episode, I'm thinking right now the good balance is 4 games. It's going to be heavily highlight driven. We're going to be playing offense, defense, and special teams. But you got to get your mind right that year 1 on all Madden, we are not going to be winning a lot of games. You're like, oh man, I can't wait. We're going to see if we can beat the Chargers. Can we steal away LaDainian Tomlinson or Antonio Gates? We're going to lose a lot of games. It is usually very, very rough. But when we do get those wins, we gotta enjoy it when it happens early on. And hey, we got Tom Brady at the helm. He can make magic happen. He can make miracles happen. I'm excited to find out on this cupcake squad who's going to be one of those players. There's usually a couple pool players that play a lot better than what their base rating is. I'm looking at Justin Forsett. I'm looking at maybe Mariani at wide receiver. We'll look at some guys on defense. BG will be an absolute dog. I'm excited to get in, but be prepared. It is going to be a grind. We might not even have a chance at voting or try to lay at any players here today, but we will try our best. And it starts up first on the road against the LA Chargers. We need John Gruden to get everyone here feeling nicey and cook up a hell of a game plan so that we can shock the world and start this series with a victory. Not gonna lie, a little nervous. Been a little bit of a menu merchant as it relates to Madden 25, so hopping right in. Ice cold into all Madden. I'm sure it's gonna be a welcoming experience. Week 1, we got the Chargers. They got Eric Weddle, Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates, Ryan Matthews, the late great Vincent Jackson. How what you want to look for? Oh, come on, dude. Oh, that's just... I mean, you got a first ballot Hall of Famer there, and oh my God! Antonio Gates doing Antonio Gates things. Yep. Woo! Let's go, Justin Forsett. 3rd and inches right to Forsett. Keep this one on the ground. I trust him to get a yard and maybe a little bit more, and then he... Oh, we bring Taylor Mays on a blitz and get picked up. I mean, it's Phil Rivers, man. He's not quite Tom Brady, but he's Tom Brady adjacent for how he can read a defense. Let's go, Burnage. T.O., baby. Big plays. And that includes injuries. As we go to Justin Forsett out the backfield. And there we go. Our first touchdown of Pink Slips Madden 25. Brady to Forsett makes up for the fumble on the earlier drive. Maybe a little bit of momentum there. Come on, boys. Get off the field. Oh. We have no one. We have no one that can cover premier players. We just need one stop. I feel like offensively we could trade touchdowns with them. We just need to get some stops. Find a way. Hope and prayer get a stop. Well, that might be rough in the passer. Yes, we're getting the Tom Brady calls. Has that been patched in? There must be something under the hood. Tom Brady calls. Let's go. Need to go as long as there's no shenanigans. What kind of leg we got on our kicker? Hunt, no chance. That's waving the white flag. That's why we hired John Gruden. It's not punting. Let's get a play here to go nicey. Put Gronk in pass pro. Cumberland go. Oh, God. Oh my God, I almost broke 3 tackles. Cumberland. He's like a 62 overall. I appreciate the effort. Oh my God, dude. Yep. There's a fight here. Here we go. Hey, Ben, don't break. All right, perfect. What a grab, Mariani. Let's go, Mariani. Beautiful. You know Brady's going to want to feed that guy early and often. We got T.O. We got Braylon Edwards, but there's just something about that guy that Brady wants to keep throwing it to him. So, unfortunately, debut went about as expected, but a lot of positives we could take from this one. Just, I don't know, man. I think we're going to be able to count on one hand how many stops defensively we're going to be able to get this year. It doesn't get easier as we literally go into maybe the strongest team in the whole game, in the whole league. 89 overall, 91 offense, 88 defense are the Baltimore Ravens. A team that got Ray Rice, Ray Lewis, Haloti Ngata, Vontae Leach, T. Sizzle, Ed Reed, Blindside, Yonda, McKinney. Like, even their special teamers are good. They got Joe Flacco, Bernard Pollard, who's an absolute headhunter, Anquan Bolden, 81 for Bolden. That's, I mean, I guess he's getting up there in age a little bit, but best of luck, fellas. Keep it close. I honestly think the best thing about this, given by that first play, is maybe we're about to see Joe Flacco try to operate a Lamar Jackson offense, just the nature of the beast. That could work in our favor, but man, they just, I don't, you know. They're at the top of the mountain. Here we go, Bruce Carter. Ain't buying it one bit. Smash. Oh, we might be hurt. Unbelievable. We get home again. Thing of beauty. I think this is going to be it. It's going to be a yo-yo type of game. I think we might get a play because Flacco for 1 second thinks he's Lamar Jackson. And then on the ensuing, it'll be best on best, and we don't stand a chance. But at least it's not a one-way street. And bringing pressure, he is clueless. Off the edge, exciting white, Tom Nelson. DB sack. And it is 3rd and a mile. Do not let him hand this off to Ray Rice. Do not let Torrey Smith be running wide open. Get off the field, Brandon Graham. Let's go. Hit him with the... There we go, Mariani on the mesh, and he got speed. What, T.O.? Fight for the football. Come back to the football. Show a sense of aggression. Prove to the world that you're not washed. Unbelievable. Zero aggression. Low T. Terrell Owens has low T. Get out of here. Field goal range, but still bend, don't break. Oh, they're going to go for it. Hey, I respect it. We'll go blitz. We'll take Gooden and try and cover the slants. You know they're going to go for a check down. What? Let's go! That's our only advantage we have in this. Joe Lamar Jackson Flacco. Well, there you go. First score of the game. Flat-footed. Terrible tackling, whatever you want to say. Yep. I mean, I don't think there's ever going to be a chance this season where we're going to be able to force this ball downfield. I don't think our O-line will ever be able to hold up. I don't think our guys will win. You know, as much as we have speed, Madden 25 has nerf speed more than any other Madden. And also, I mean, our outside, Braylon Edwards has some speed, but low T, Terrell Owens. Oh, let's go! T.O. turning back the clock. I take it back. Let's go, Cumberland. Run someone over. Now I think we got to strategically make sure this is the final possession of the first half. Last game we're on the one. Took us forever to try to get that first down. We're going to see if we can run this one in with Forsett. Oh, and we are in. And somehow tied at 7 apiece. Hopefully we don't screw this up before halftime. We go in tied. What a drive. What a response. What a catch by T.O. Where the hell's the first down markers? Why are they no longer on the field? I mean, at least like, my play art's not... Is this just... like home field advantage? Is that why I can't see anything? 3rd and 8. Boom, we go to Miriani. Not related to Sirianni. First down. Here we go to Cumberland. And he's be saying Tom Brady's cooking here. We got the X Factor enabled. Boom. We get the T.O. who is in, and the Raiders. Almost a 20 overall point difference between our team. Take the lead on the road. Brady to T.O. Let's go, man. 3rd and 2. They've shown they'll be aggressive and they'll go for it on 4th down, but a chance to hold them to a field goal. If we can get a stop here. Let's go, BG. Watch the screen. Oh, baby. Big time sack up the middle. 95. Marvin Austin. Let's go. The rookie with 92 acceleration. And this ain't a gimme. They miss this. We get outstanding field position. Damn. And this is pre-Justin Tucker. He wasn't getting massages at this point. Fucking creep. Got him. Oh, do we ever. Ooh, Justin Forsett into the second level. Ooh. Come on, baby. Let's act like we can get this. Come on, fellas. We got one of the Gronks. 2 yards. Running right at Halotinata Terrell Suggs. Oh, we're close. 4th inches. Before there was Jalen Hurts, there was a certain quarterback that was the master of the quarterback seek. We never heard about wanting to ban it when he was running it. Interesting. Tom Brady. All your blockers. And Justin Forsett is in. 2nd touchdown of the game. That's big scoring. It might not be a very big score. I think the over-under on this Raiders team for wins was probably 4.5. And that's only because we have Tom Brady. And we're about to beat maybe the best team in the league on paper. On the road. Raiders are... We're shocking. We're shocking the world. Let's go, Gruden! Exciting White! Colin Jones! Would be nice to house that, but... Dude. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think we were gonna win this episode. I'd be like, oh, I just did half the fucking episode explaining the rules of this. And we're not even gonna be able to cash it once. But in the upset of the year, Coach Gruden got us feeling nicey. 21-10 over Joe Lamar Jackson Flacco. And Tom Brady's Raiders get their first win. Our first win of Madden 25 Pinks. I'll go calculate the score, but what a freaking performance. Let's go, baby. It might be a while till we get another one, but who knows, man. This team got a lot of fight, a lot of heart. That's why you go out and get someone like John Gruden to motivate these men to achieve the impossible. All right, so for our scoring, we won the game, which is a big 1-star right out the gate. Team played well, maybe not so much for pink slip scoring. As we take a look here, Justin Forsett with his 1 rushing touchdown. It's kind of... I gotta move this right up here. 1 rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. 2 total tutties, gives us a 1/2 star. T.O. was close. 16 more yards, he would have got us some scoring, but Forsett's the only one there. On the defensive side of the ball, a bunch of dudes, man, were sitting on almost 3 TFLs. Couple 1/2 star missed opportunities there. Nelson, the blitzing DB, 1/2 sack away from getting scoring, but we do get the pick by Colin Jones for a 1/2 star. Ends up giving us a 2-star performance, which is potentially a +4 upgrade. And if there's not a good +4 upgrade, there's not a good +2 upgrade, we might just bank those 2 stars and carry them towards the 2012 draft. So, I don't have feedback. This is the first episode, but I could see potentially one of the negative feedbacks being, C4, with this whole new draft element, are we going to lose the integrity of pink slips, where it's win a game, win a player? You're going to be doing way too much stashing stars for draft picks and not really stealing players from your opponents, which I think that's just a personal balance, and I'm always going to try my best to remain the integrity of win a game, win a player. But when you get situations like this, we were not supposed to beat the Baltimore Ravens. They have one of the best rosters top to bottom of the league, and when you go up against a really, really good team like this, with our +4 upgrade, we are looking for guys 60s up to like 72, 73. And when you look at the roster, like those guys are absolute hot garbage. The only player that even looked like a remotely interesting upgrade potentially would be Ed Dixon at tight end. He's a 69. It would be a +2 over Gary Barnage, our starting tight end. But the reality is, like, that is a very minimalist upgrade. You can make the argument Barnage has, you know, let's ride with Barnage. He made the Pro Bowl 1 year. Maybe we can have a little bit of fun with that. So I think in this situation, it'd be awesome to get an upgrade. Our team needs more talent. However, we just did not get a good... Like, if we beat a bad team, a worse team, a team that's not a 90 overall, they're going to have plenty of players in that, like, 68 to 73, 74 range that we're going to be able to grab. Unfortunately, that is not the case with the Baltimore Ravens roster. So I think it makes the most sense right now to save both of the 2 stars that we earned in this matchup and carry them towards the draft. A monumental upgrade from practice this week as Taylor Mays becomes our first 70+ overall rated player after Tom Brady's 99. Week 3 off our monumental historic first victory. We get a more manageable opponent from a roster standpoint, and that is the undefeated Carolina Panthers. And going into this matchup, we have a breakout scenario on the defensive side of the ball. I'm trying to think, like, what DB really stood out to earn this. It's Tom Nelson, 1.5 sacks out of the slot. Okay. Well, I think, honestly, easy. The easier we can make any potential break. We have no dev traits outside of Tom Brady. So let's see what we got. Get Tom Nelson a tackle for loss, forced fumble, or sack for a dev trait. Okay, so we'll make sure we bring those DB blitzes early and often here against the Carolina Panthers. Look at this Carolina Panthers roster at the top end of more so, like, look at who we got to stop. They got Steve Smith, Jordan Gross, Ryan Khalil, John Benson, Greg Olson, G-Reg, Cam Newton in his rookie campaign. They got D'Angelo Williams actually out with injury, so they're going to be going Jonathan Stewart. But what I want to see is who do we got on the bottom end of that roster? What players are going to be potentially up for upgrades with us? We got our Monty Edwards, has big-time speed and agility. He could be certainly a nice upgrade. We got Derek Anderson. Hey, no thank you. Greg Hardy, definitely don't want your services on my team. Fu at D tackle, that's nice, only 23 years old, has 91 strength. We could use that power. Chad Schillen's height, weight, speed, 6'4", 225 with 92 speed, 94 acceleration. We got center linebacker, 72. Got D-Butt from the Pat McAfee show. We already have AQ Shipley. Why not reunite them all? So there's definitely a couple options and a lot better prospects than what we were dealing with the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, we are going to be, for better or for worse, very aggressive with Nelson as a blitzer to try to get that dev trait. Oh, come on, Taylor Mays, dude. Turn your freaking head around. Oh, man, they got too much power in that backfield to just trust that you can get one-on-one on the goal line and make him go the other way. Brutal drive. Taylor Mays should have had a pick. I think with how everything goes, when Tom Brady gets in his X factor, I think we just got to abandon the run until it don't work. Boom, look at that. Right there to T.O. I would think QB sneaker, but I think it's going to be easier for us to get 2 touchdowns for Forsett than it would be to set up like 2 tush pushes with Tom Brady. But what a drive by the Vegas Raiders. It's not good enough. God damn, man. Too easy. 3rd and 9. Don't know if this is the right time to call play action. Let's see. Nope. Didn't bite it one bit. Play action's fucking possible on all Madden. They never bite. The Cumberland the tight end. Fight, let's go! What an opening drive. Maybe took a little longer than I would have liked. That's kind of how it happens when you don't really have a lot of speed. You can get a nickel and dime your way. But I think our call here to go with our higher rated receivers, Braylon Edwards, Terrell Owens, versus our guys that are pure speed, I think we're net positive there because at least these guys can get open and catch the ball. Give me that. Oh, did he get it? Gotta get those feet in, dude. And their kicker's been on point today, but come on. Damn, this dude's automatic. Oh my God, man. 62 Cumberland. Breaking tackles, playing like a 92. Do something quick here to Braylon Edwards, see if he can get some yak. Exactly what he could get. Keeps fighting up to the 2. Dude, come on. Go for it. I know. But we're not getting a stop. We might hold to a field goal, but we need this. Braylon Edwards, Cumberland. This is the right call with how our defense has played today. Boom! Braylon Edwards! Let's go! Tom Brady, lethal as always. I mean, there's a downside. You know, of course, we get our win, our shock win, and there's literally no one that we can bring to help our team immediately. That's just, it's what happens. Sucks, man. We definitely could have won that one. To top it all off, Nelson did nothing. I don't even know if he had a single tackle in that game. So, complete waste of an opportunity to get a win. I guess luckily we get 1,000 XP. So ahead of the Browns matchup, the final game of the episode, we got to talk about Tom Brady, and I think, honestly, Tom Brady has been exceptional. I think his completion percentage has been on point. He's been very accurate with the football. And, you know, he has to play really good. And if I had to give credit, honestly, I think... I mean, we're not under pressure. The O-line is not giving up a lot of sacks. And maybe that'll give them a nice boost. There we go. 1,000 XP across the board. Our final game of the episode is against the Cleveland Browns. Got Joe Thomas, Twell Jackson, Alex Mack. They got the great Peyton Hillis. This is when he was in his peak. Look at players who could be up for grabs. Well, they got Jamarcus Russell as their quarterback. Don't necessarily know if that's the type of player that we'd be looking at. But, you know, Jordan Cameron at tight end. He was good. He made a Pro Bowl. I think he had 1,000 yards one year. He got some lineman upgrades. I think anything, even though it's unsexy, I think if we can slowly even get our linemen out of the 60s into the 70s with some of these upgrades, absolutely take it. Jacoby Ford, that is pig slips personified. Had to put up a big win, but the 5'9", 186 wide receiver, 98 speed, 97 acceleration. You have Jimmy Williams at corner. I don't know what the hell that is, but he got a lot of speed as well. Jamal Sheard's a nice pass rusher, but again, that'd be more so in the discussion. You got Josh Cribbs there. Of like a, you know, we need like a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 star. That doesn't even exist. We got to get a spin of the wheel to probably start looking at those guys. But, I mean, I'll take a win. Even a bank star towards the draft at this point. I think we're going to see a lot of Peyton Hillis here today. Let's keep our gap integrity. Be aggressive. God damn it. They got Jamarcus Russell at quarterback. Be aggressive. This is where we want to be, man. 3rd and long, clear passing situations. Make it so it's not Peyton Hillis trying to beat us. Come on, BG. We're not going against Joe Thomas. You're on the weak side. You got to win your matchups. And then, no, you just got Jamarcus throwing fucking dots. 3rd and goal. Bend, don't break. Do not let Jamarcus Russell extend and make a play. There they go. They check it short. Settle for the field goal. Good stand. Take it. Oh, let's go, Justin Forsett. Let's go, baby. Finally, some good run blocking. Hits the hole. Got more than enough juice to take that to the house. And that is how we respond. We got run defense on point, but Jamarcus has been able to continue to find ways on 3rd and medium and long. Come on, T. Good. No! Explosive offense by any means. This is just insane how efficient Jamarcus. I mean, you know. We're making him look like $1 million. Oh, don't get you. Oh, man. That's why you got Brady. I bet you if that was like Terrell Pryor, that's an interception. High 1st and goal. Maybe Braylon Edwards again on a slant. Or we get decapitated by Brady. But keep that clock going. I don't want Cleveland to have enough time to nickel and dime us. Oh, is it Forsett? Let's go. There's our 2nd touchdown. Some pig scoring on the board. Yes! Buster Scride! There we go. Pig scoring. Rookie with a pick. I think he was a Cleveland Brown as well. Oh, make a miss. Oh, we're close. Let's take a couple shots. We got Brady. He's got to know how to operate within 17 seconds. Nah. Just take the points. Some here, we got to commit with the run a little bit, because if we can get 100 yards rushing with Forsett, which we are close, 15 away, that is more scoring. Keep Getting it to him. Oh, he got too much juice. Slant to the house. Let's go, man. We needed this one. This is how you finish off an episode. What's that penalty? Might be against us. Offside. Wow. All right, they're right back in it. Everything to play for here in the fourth quarter. Oh, we definitely got it there. Go! Oh! Could have been it. Should have been a house call. Ooh, another big time run. Browns defense getting tired. Oh, someone caught it. It's T.O. Kind of steals it right off Braylon Edwards' plate, but I don't care. 3 touchdowns, hat trick for Brady. That should put this one away. I don't know, man. Maybe Jamarcus gets hot. What a throw. Of course. Ooh, the speed on Justin Forsett. Breaking ankles. Got him. Boom. Easy does it. Oh, no. Why are you kidding me? Garbage time or not? You come on, man. I just hate the defense. But that is a huge win. 38-24. I have no idea what the star rating is, but it's going to be at least something. Tom Brady was on one. Justin Forsett was on one. Defense, no comment. That's what we need to see, baby. Outstanding. Get the home fans here. Man, it's the first time the team's in Vegas. Get them excited. I think we're about to be blessed. So we beat the Browns 38-24. So the win within itself gives us a star. We won by 14. Which is a half star. So 1.5. Boom. Get into our stats. Tom Brady with over 3 passing touchdowns. Half star. Justin Forsett, 193 on the ground, 21 through the air. So that is 200 yards, which is 1 full star. And for 1 rushing touchdown, 1 receiving touchdown, that gives us 2 tutties, which is another star. 2 total stars for Justin Forsett. Braylon Edwards going over 100 yards is a half star. T.O. getting 2 receiving touchdowns is a half star. And on the defensive side of the ball, we get the interception from Buster Skrine. That gives us a 5.5 star performance. It's 5 stars, so we have a +10 and an opportunity to go spin the winner wheel. What a way to head the first episode. Let's go. Before we even look at the Browns roster, we have to spin the wheel. What is going to be any of these upgrades? There comes a point in time, once you get to like year 3, year 4, pink slips, kind of you start to look at things that you really, really want. Things mean a little bit more. There's more value on the wheel. But with where our team is at, literally any one of these upgrades would be insane. I'd honestly say Monstars might be like the worst upgrade. Like, we just need to bring in better players. So I'd say Orange Juice Monstars would be the 2 I don't want. First roll. Come on, baby. Okay. Any player would have been sick. But there we go. We've doubled our score, which means the 10 that we earned from the win over the Browns, we now get to add another 10. We have 20 upgrade points to kind of preview that Browns roster and steal away the best couple players or player we can possibly get. And because it's the last game of the episode, I'm going to let you guys vote on who we should go out and get. I'll give you some scenarios, and we'll go with the most upvoted in the comment section. So as always, in case, because there's going to be a lot of scenarios, you forget what some of the trade options are, I will have it as the top pinned comment in the video below. So our first upgrade to maximize this +20, and we don't have to spend all +20. Again, if there's something that we end up getting, only 14 of the 20, we can bank those extra stars and throw them towards our draft for the upcoming 2012 draft. So our first upgrade here would spend 15 of our 20 points. And that would take probably the most electrifying player on our offense so far in Justin Forsett. And that would get us Peyton Hillis, who is an 84 superstar running back, a power back. This is peak Peyton Hillis, cover of Madden Peyton Hillis. It's certainly an option. Expensive, though. Secondary option is the 98 speed, 24-year-old, 75 normal Jacoby Ford. Two options. We could send Braylon Edwards, who would cost 7 of our 20 points, or we could send Brandon Tate, who would cost 9 of our 20 points. But this would give us big time speed at the wide receiver position. We can make an upgrade at tight end, where we get 2 years younger, and it would cost us 3 upgrade points to go from Gary Barnett, who's 67 normal, to Jordan Cameron, who is a 70 normal, but a lot more athletic, has better speed. Look at one of the highest rated players on the Browns team, which is Alex Mack, who's an 85 star dev center at only 25 years old. We have AQ Shipley, that would be a 16-point upgrade, or we could look at Jean-Pierre, which would be an 18-point upgrade, and if we chose that option, it would be that swap, and we'd be able to bank 1 star towards our draft haul. A moderate improvement on the offensive line. We have Garrett Reynolds, 66. We could send him for Sean Lauval, who's a 73, 23-year-old. It'd just be a moderate, but anytime you're going in the right direction on the offensive line with an upgrade, you can never go wrong. Interesting upgrade would be looking at Jabal Sheard, who is a rookie, 75, 22 years old, and has a hidden dev. So that is unlike really any of the pass rushers we currently have on our roster. And that would be a +8 upgrade to send Arthur Moats towards the Browns. Another upgrade on the defensive line would be very expensive, but we could grab their draft pick, Phil Taylor, who in real life never really panned out, but for the sake of this Madden, he is 23 years old, an 81 hidden dev rookie. So that is an outrageous starting point, and we'd be sending them John Henderson, who's a legend in his own right, but he's absolutely one and done, likely retiring this offseason. That would be a +13-point upgrade. The last one, which if we're going all or nothing, I think this would probably be the best possible upgrade we could get for +18. So if we took this option, it would be this trade, and then we'd bank 1 additional star towards the draft, giving us 3 stars. We'll be sending Paris Cox to get Joe Hayden, 84, 22 years old, with the superstar dev. Arguably, pound for pound, the best player on this Browns roster. But again, it's that tough balance. Or do we go with the big splash play, throw a little bit towards our draft pool, or do we try and maximize and get as many players, try to get 3 players, 4 players in to get our overall roster a lot better? It's a tough call, but the pressure's going to be on you guys. In the comment section below, please vote which trade, which upgrade should we make, and the most upvoted will be how we start off the new episode with stealing away some players from the Browns. So with that, we're going to wrap up the first episode of Madden 25 Pink Slips. If you guys are excited, the game is back. If you're excited for the series to be up here on the channel, all I ask for in return, 1, is leave your feedback, give your input on trades and acquisitions and rules and house rules and everything in between. Hit that like button. Would love to get a nice little goal of 1,000 likes on this video to welcome back Pink Slips to the YouTube world. But what that does is likes and interactions, engagements, is really what pushes this video out in recommended feeds. And if you think Pink Slips is a really good series, if it's your favorite series, that is how people who don't know what Pink Slips are can discover these videos and maybe fall in love with them the same way you guys do. So that's all I ask for in return if you're enjoying it. If it is your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, it's your boy C4. Say peace, I love ya. Have a good one.